Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It's Bitcoin Chris checking in once again. And we're going to jump into the Bitcoin price. But before we do, aren't you glad you woke up this morning? You need to be blessed. You need to say thank you to God or whoever it is that you pray to, that you woke up this morning, because life is great. You are alive. And some people didn't wake up this morning. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. Make sure you comment, please. And also, if you need to start to set up your automatic dollar cost averaging, you can head over to swanbitcoin.com/Bitcoin Chris. And then what you can do then is set up automatic buys each week, each month, every 2 weeks, whatever you can do. And with that being said, let's jump into the Bitcoin price. And again, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, that Bitcoin can come right back up. And matter of fact, let's jump into that. Let's jump right into that. Let's see. Let's go to media. All right, looking for this tweet, which is the video that I posted, I think yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll just draw that out as well. It's not looking too good. But again, what Bitcoin could do is it can come all the way right back up. Bitcoin tends to do that. So we'll see how this plays out. But if not, like I mentioned, Bitcoin can come all the way right back up. And what did it do? Came all the way right back up. This is the hourly chart. Looks like we are flagging up here at the hourly chart. So we'll see if this plays out. If not, it's not surprising that Bitcoin would come back down and probably retest this area here, which is 27, and then come right back up. In my opinion, that could happen as well before we hit that $30,000 mark. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. But you know, we'll see what happens. Let me draw this poll. We'll go from here to here. All right, and then let's drag this pole over. All right, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh my gosh. Too many things on the screen. All right, let's try this one more time. Poll starts here, comes up to here, and then drag that pole here. And what do you know? Almost 30,000, so 29. I would say 29 to 30,000 if we can break out of this bull flag. Because last night or yesterday, when I mentioned in that video, I said, hey, this looks like a bear flag, but you know, Bitcoin popped right back up, as I also predicted. So I know that it's typically Bitcoin does exactly again the opposite of what you think it's going to do. And based on what the market cipher indicator is telling us, this could come right back down. Money flow is coming up, so that's great news. Market cipher coming down, this could come right back up. We'll see how that plays out. Let's jump into the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart showing, look at that. Look at that. Even in the video yesterday when I said this is a bullish divergence and I think we could pump, guess what happened? It did exactly that. Came down, bounced, and then we pumped. So, you know, right on point. And you don't have to believe me. Go back and listen to the other videos that I made. And that's why I love Market Cipher, because it's pretty great at determining and helping you see what's predicting what could possibly happen in the future. So I think this was pretty accurate. So we have a lot more to go. And again, if we breach, let me put an alert here. If we breach this line right here, we're gonna pump. We're going to pump it up. So we'll see how that plays out. Jump into the daily chart. As I did in the previous video. As I mentioned, I said this can come down and come right back up, and look exactly what's happening is it came down and it's coming right back up, as I mentioned in previous videos. So we'll see how that goes. Looks like money flow is starting to curve right back up. So I think we'll go ahead and get a pump. It looks real good on the daily. And again, you know, I did say that this is a daily bull flag, which I also mentioned in the previous video. So I think if we break, again, I'll put an alert here. If we break 28.868, so I'll just put an alert at 28.9. I think if we break this level, then again we go to 30K up to 34,000. So we'll see how this goes. Looking at the daily chart for the volume looks pretty good. Look at all these buys, guys. Look at all these buys. Look at all this volume. Look at all this volume. And why that's important is because look at this. We're on the daily chart, right? Look at this, guys. Shout out to James. He actually pointed this out, so I did see this was a great observation. Because, guys, look, throughout the entire bull market in 2021 and 2020, the volume was pretty low. And now look at the volume for us here in 2023. Look how much the volume has increased, guys. This is crazy amount of volume. This is 700,000. This is 400,000. This is a lot of Bitcoin being bought and sold off, but I think majority of it is being bought because we can see that here. So of course you got some buyers and sellers. So that's not surprising. That's how trading works, right? That's how people operate in this market. So, you know, we got $1.2 million. This is 760,000. 700,000 sold. However, there's been consistent buying, consistent buying, consistent buying, consistent buying. Buys. You know, sells, of course, buys. And then 600,000 is 1.2 million right there. Plus, and then you got another 600,000, and here you got another 400,000, here another 300,000. So 100,000, 80,000, 70,000, 50,000. So I mean, you can see the volume is just increasing over time, which is letting you know that something is definitely going to happen in the future. So I think this is a very important indicator to watch based on what's happening in the market. So let's look at that market cipher again on the daily. Let me just check that out one more time. And what I'll do is actually I'll go to the weekly and monthly as well. So again, yeah, looking like we're pushing up. So let's jump to the weekly. Look at this weekly money flow, guys. Weekly money flow. Looks like we're about to curve up. And when this starts to go green, it is go time. Also, we have broken this. We have reached above this 50 mark as far as momentum goes. So I think we are starting to see this momentum shift towards the positive and start to pump. So we'll see how that goes. All right, and let's jump to the monthly. That's 1 minute. Let's see if I can find the monthly. I don't know if I have the monthly on here. Nope, no monthly. Let's see if I can add that. Would you look at that? What that was in January. So if you would have just done this and traded on the monthly chart, I think from January 1st until now, guys, we have been in a bull market, and as you can see, Market Cipher did predict that as well. Let's jump into the volume real quick. Look at the, oh my goodness, I haven't even looked at the monthly volume, guys. Do you guys see how much volume this is, guys? Back in September, obviously, that was a crazy month, and that was 9 million Bitcoin sold. 7 million got bought up. Another 9 million got sold. 5 million got sold. Then you come here in January, 7 million, 7.8 million. Then we jump over here in February, 8 million. Now we're in March, 9 million. The volume is increasing, and that is looking pretty bullish to me. Also looking on the monthly chart, this is looking very good. This is looking very, very healthy. Bitcoin's looking very good. So it's all about zooming out and seeing what's happening on the long term. So we do have a bunch of alerts set here. I think we could come up to 34,000, which I already said, so that's dope. And then next resistance level might be 37 to 40,000, and then we could possibly get up to 46, and then we'll see from there. There might be the FUD that makes a bunch of people sell, but we'll never be able to predict exactly what's going to happen. We're not psychic. We'll just see what's going on and make educated decisions based on what the information that we have, right? So this is pretty great to see on the monthly chart. So I think we got a nice long year ahead of us into the halving of next year, and I think we can definitely see $100,000 Bitcoin by 2024. I'm sorry. We'll see what happens in that time frame. So man, feels good to be right. So just make sure you are following on Instagram, make sure you're following on Twitter, make sure that you hit that like, share, subscribe. Make sure you go to swanbitcoin.com/Bitcoin Chris, get $10 free Bitcoin, and make sure you enjoy your life, guys. Make sure that you're not saving your money, because saving your money is going to be destroyed. If you are saving your money in a bank account, not only are the banks failing, guys, you are getting beat up by inflation. Inflation is going to take your purchasing power and decrease it over time. This is why Robert Kiyosaki says you can't save yourself to wealth. Savers are losers, and he's 100% correct. I know we've been taught one way in school. You need to change. You need to unlearn and relearn. You need to be investing, whether that be in Bitcoin or not. You need to be investing. I don't like stocks, but boomers love their stocks, right? They love their real estate, right? In my opinion, and based on the numbers, Bitcoin is the best asset, period. So you can say what you want, the numbers don't lie. Your opinions doesn't matter when the facts determine otherwise. So just make sure you make an educated decision. Make sure that you're investing, and make sure that you are doing the best that you can, because it's only going to get harder, guys. The CBDC's coming in June. They're trying to block VPNs. The government's trying to block VPNs. The government's trying to cut off all access to Bitcoin exchanges, and just doing a whole bunch of things to scare you guys, because they know what's coming. They know that they're going to basically not destroy the dollar, excuse me, but create the CBDC and just have that be the new dollar and be able to control what you do with your money as well. Also, another thing I want to touch on is your 401k. If you have a 401k, guys, in my opinion, that's not the way to go. That's not the best way for retirement, especially, again, with inflation going on and the fees that they're charging you, and then the stock market and all that good stuff. I know you guys are probably happy with your 10% for the year, but why would you get 10% when Bitcoin can go up, or we're at 20,000, 20, 40, 60, 81, 500% in the next year or two? Your stocks, what stock is likely besides penny stocks? Because that could always happen in that area. But what stock do you know that can go up 500% plus or more, give or take, right? In the next I've got a phone call coming in. I'm making a video real quick. Let me call you right back. All right, brother. All right, so what other option do you have that can go up 500% in the next year or two or more, that you can actually own, right? Because you don't own your real estate. If you don't pay taxes on your real estate, guess what? They're going to take it away from you. If you don't, the stocks can be inflated, right? Because they can make more stock, guys. Like, these are the things that you need to consider. And a 401k is not the way to go, because I personally took my 401k out back in 2017, 2018. I'm not 100% sure when. I posted about it a while ago, and actually in the Black Bitcoin Billionaires group, and in the Swan rooms on Clubhouse, I told you guys back then, hey, I'm not going to keep my money in a 401k. I took all my money out and bought Bitcoin. It was the best decision that I ever made. So you do what's best for you and your family, but I know one thing is that your family, your kids, and your kids' kids are going to wonder why you didn't buy any Bitcoin when all this BS is going around, because you're lost in the sauce, guys. So please get your head out your ass. Do some research. Do your research. Do your own due diligence. People have been talking about Bitcoin since 2010, 2011, and that's Max Kaiser. Shout out to Max and Stacy. Da Vinci, all these people that's been in the space for a long time, pioneering and being a trailblazer in the space. You need to make sure that you're taking heed and listen. Those who have ears, listen. Take action, guys, because money makers are the action takers. Action takers are the money makers. So just make sure you put your mind to it. Keep your head up. Keep grinding. Much love. Bitcoin Chris checking out. We're getting way too turned. Hit that likes. Hit that share. Hit that subscribe if I brought you some value. Please like, share, subscribe, and let me know how I've helped you out. And I hope to continue to bring value to you guys and just give you my insight on what's going on. And with that being said, have a great Wednesday. Peace.